Well, good morning, friends. It's Crazy Cheap Chick. I'm back from the grocery store, and in a minute, I'm going to turn the camera around, show you what I found. We'll talk meal plan like we always do. I'm going to share a couple of other tips for saving money on this video. And I know you've probably been wondering, what happened to Crazy Cheap Chick? Did she die? That old lady die? No, I am still alive. But we were gone for a week in Garden City for work. And then when we came home, we had to take a very intensive class. It was a 6-day class, and I didn't have time to go shopping. So I lived off what I had in the freezer and pantry, and we did just fine. Took a lot of studying. I'm glad that it's over, but I learned so much. One thing I wanted to mention is we usually take our travel trailer, but this time we could not. One, there's just not very many good RV places in Garden City. And two, the last time we came home, something broke on the wheel, and John Wayne hasn't had time to fix it yet. So we couldn't take the travel trailer, so we ended up staying in an Airbnb. Now, if I'm not going to stay in my travel trailer, I would prefer an Airbnb, and I think they're less expensive. I'll tell you why. The Airbnb was $160 a night, which is about what the hotel rooms cost. I think it might have even been a little bit more than that. But the benefit of the Airbnb is you can do your own cooking. And so we were able to eat all our meals at the Airbnb. And if you're traveling with someone, in this instance, our son-in-law was with us on this job, and he stayed in the Airbnb with us. We paid for the Airbnb, and he paid for all the food. So it worked out good. It saved us all a little bit of money, and it was very, very comfortable. So I'm going to show you pictures of the Airbnb, just in case you've never stayed in one. But when you're traveling with other people and you just divide it among yourselves, it ends up being way less expensive than a motel. You've got more room. They usually have amenities that hotels don't, and you can cook for yourself, and it's just super nice. I've never stayed at a bad one, to be honest. I've never stayed at one I didn't enjoy, and that wasn't cleaner than motels. So that's another benefit. Anyway, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you a few pictures of the Airbnb we stayed in. Who's paying $10.99 for spaghetti sauce? That's a pretty good deal, but man, I've got a lot of chicken. Spaghetti sauce for 99 cents a jar. Most of it expires 2025. I'm gonna get some coffee. They're all $6.99, but this one has 235 servings. These have 185, but they're the same price. So yes, I'm going with the one with more servings. I'm gonna grab some of those. I always like to see what it is before my discounts. Well, kids, I spent $94.94 pre-tax on my groceries today, and I think I got quite a bit. I've been challenging myself to try to keep it under 100, and so this week I met the challenge because I really won't need anything else. I only bought one thing full price. Let's go through it real quick. I bought this sour cream. I think it was full price at $2.29. I was out of sour cream, and everything else is sale or clearance. I think they're still kind of having their grand reopening, so they had some pretty good deals. This angel hair pasta was 99 cents. Now, you might be able to get that for the same price or maybe even a little bit less expensive at Aldi or Walmart. The thing is, I'm earning 4-time fuel points on this, and that's a pretty good price. Then this Jell-O, it was also 99 cents. These are normally like $2.99. And I got 6 of them. I think I got 4 of the banana cream because John Wayne loves banana cream pie. And I got a couple of the zero sugar chocolate ones. That'll last us for a while. Now, as always, Dillon sends me some free coupons, and they must have figured me out. They've analyzed my spending, and they've said to themselves, what would get this woman to come back to the store and spend more money? Probably free cheese. And they're right. So I got this free package of provolone cheese. And Tyson Southern Breast Tenderloins. These were on sale for $5.99. I think they're normally like $8.99. They're pretty high. And these Hormel apple bourbon pork tenderloins, which I really, really like, were on sale. Buy one, get one free. So one was $9.99 and the other's free. So basically $5 each. Campbell's soup was on sale for $1.49. Now, I remember when these used to be less than $1. And then they would go on sale for 99 cents all the time. But now on sale, about the best price I've seen in a long, long time is $1.49. I don't eat these a lot, but I feel like these are a good prepper item because we've had so many storms here in Kansas, bad storms, people without power for long periods of time. Well, when you don't have power, it's hard to cook. But when you have canned soup, and our grill has a propane tank and a hot plate kind of on it, I can heat up things on that. Then I got this bacon for $4.49. That was the sale price. And a pound of hamburger for $3.99. I thought I had a coupon for $1.20 off, but I guess I didn't. So it rang up for $3.99. And I already had hamburger. I wouldn't have bought it had I not thought I had a coupon. I still have coffee. I'm not out of coffee. I think I have like 4 cans of coffee. But the other day, John Wayne said, man, we're getting awful low on coffee. Don't you think you better get some more coffee? I am not as tied to coffee as most people. I like it. Always start the day with a cup. But he told me that the one thing that he would dread being without the most would be coffee. Then these I found on clearance. This is some Campbell's home-style harvest tomato with basil, healthy request. So that probably means it has not very much salt in it. So probably I have to add salt to make it taste good. But it was only 87 cents a can. There were only 2 cans. I bought both of them. And then they had this chicken with rice soup, also heart healthy. Their expirations are long. It's not like they're expired. This one doesn't expire until January 29th, 2026. And they were only 47 cents a can. So I bought 4 cans. This was probably my best deal. They had a big, big cart of Prego, all different flavors, spaghetti sauce. Now, they had spaghetti sauce on sale this week for $2 a jar. I don't think it was this brand. And spaghetti sauce is getting outrageously expensive. Who was paying $10 a jar, $11 a jar for spaghetti sauce? Not me. This was 99 cents. And they had a whole big cart of it, so I didn't feel bad buying 12 of them at 99 cents. I'm not going to have to buy spaghetti sauce for a really, really long time. The watermelon was on sale for $2.99, and I'm probably going to try to save the seeds out of it. I think this is a seedless, so it probably won't have very many seeds. Then there was this beef shaved steak that was only $2.70. Got some clearance bananas for 99 cents. This Arm & Hammer laundry detergent, which is not my favorite. They had a big cart of it for $2.99 a container. It's often on sale for that. So I didn't feel like I needed to stock up on it. I have quite a bit of laundry detergent, but I had a coupon for $1 off, so it rang up for $1.99. So because of that, I bought 1 container. They had tortillas. This is the Kroger brand. That's the Carb Master. So it's 70 calories for 1 tortilla, which is not nearly as good as the Extreme Wellness, but it's got a ton of fiber in it. 15 grams of fiber for 1 tortilla. So I got 3 of them. I'll be throwing these in the freezer more than likely because I already have some tortillas. Anyway, $94 for all this food. Now, in addition to what I saved, according to Dillon's, I saved, what is that, 33%. And in addition to that, I earned 384 fuel points since Friday's 4-time fuel points. And they said store coupons on the receipt. Store coupons saved me $47.20. Now, I do go through and load all the coupons before I go to the store. And then once I'm at the store, as I put each item in my cart, I check it for a coupon just to make sure I haven't missed any. Real briefly, what are we eating this week? You know, I always have coffee for breakfast, and I still have yogurt left, so I could have yogurt and bananas, or I could have watermelon. Not a big breakfast eater. Then, since I had this shaved steak, I'm going to put it in the freezer. But what I have planned for it is to make like a Philly steak and cheese sandwich. I've still got plenty of buns. And that's a really easy meal to make. And all you need is a green pepper and onion and cheese and this shaved meat. Really good. I'll probably make some fries with it because if you remember, I got all those potatoes last week. Then I know I'm going to have tacos because I'm getting some tomatoes out of my garden. I only planted like 5 plants, but that's been plenty. And so I know I'm going to have tacos. That's why I needed the sour cream. Tacos is probably my favorite meal, and I could eat it every week without a problem. I still have some tortillas, but if I don't, I've got tortillas here. And then also this apple bourbon tenderloin, the really, really good pork carnitas or tacos, whatever you want to call them. So if I didn't feel like putting hamburger in my tacos, I could use this pork tenderloin. Otherwise, it's going in my prepper pantry. When I cook these, I like to cook them in my crock pot. It's really simple, easy. You just shred it up. These also are really good in a quesadilla. And so with these tortillas, I could make cheese and pork tenderloin quesadillas with a little bit of onion and green pepper. Man, that sounds pretty good. Little homemade queso on the side. And then these southern breast tenderloins, I could take these, cook them and serve them with some mashed potatoes, just like a traditional dinner. But what I prefer to do is cook 2 or 3, chop them up, and put them in a tortilla with some Caesar dressing and lettuce and tomato. Serve a little side with it, whatever you want. Cottage cheese, mac and cheese, a bowl of soup, some French fries, some roasted potatoes, whatever you like. And that's a pretty good meal, really is, especially in the summertime. Then with hamburger, well, we sure could use some spaghetti, I guess. Could make some spaghetti. But I really am planning on making some BLTs. Kind of thinking about doing that tonight. Sounds really good. Then with this, everything else is going in what I call my prepper pantry for future use. What my mom used to do is she would take a can of this soup. She'd cook some kind of noodles, usually macaroni or those egg noodles. And then we would pour it over those noodles. It's kind of a meal stretcher. And as a busy single mom, that was an easy meal for her and not very expensive. And we all liked it. And so it was good. This soup, I don't know when I'll eat it. Probably someday when John Wayne's not here for lunch, I'll just eat a can of soup. So if I can feed myself for 47 cents for one meal, I'm doing pretty good. And I love a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. So that could be a meal as well. For desserts, probably going to be watermelon. My weight has been jumping up and down like a 5-year-old on a trampoline. I've got to do something. So I've got to cut out, really need to cut out all desserts. But if we have a dessert, I'm thinking maybe this 0-calorie chocolate pudding with just a little dab of whipped cream on it. Maybe some banana cream pudding, and I could cut up some bananas in it. But really, I need to not eat dessert. And I really want to make that zucchini soup. I've still got the zucchini from last week, and I could make a cake also with that zucchini. I've got plenty. Now next, we're going to move on to the seed saving. Okay, when you save seeds, all you're going to do is scoop out all the seeds from your melon. And there's going to be some of this, I don't know what you call it, flesh. You want to get as much of that out as you can. You could work really hard and save every tiny little seed, but we're already going to have tons of seeds. So this part I'm throwing away. Now we're just going to rinse the seeds. Get most of that fleshy part out. You've rinsed your seeds. You just let them drain. Go ahead and wrote honeydew on there because I have more than one type of seed drying right now. So these are the seeds after drying for about a week. Now I hope you can see they're just like any seeds that you would pull out of a package you bought at the store, and anymore they're selling a packet of seeds for what, $2.99, $3.79, $4.99. I mean, seeds are getting super expensive. And I've dried them really well. You want to make sure all the moisture's out or they're mold. I'm going to store them in a old prescription medication bottle. I've got about 1 billion of those around here. And I like to put the sticker on that was on the produce. Like this watermelon, if I save the seeds out of it, I'll save that sticker. So now I'm just going to put them in that jar. It's been my experience that seeds are good for 2 or 3 years. I usually start my seeds in the spring early so that if they don't come up, then I can restart them in the garden direct. But usually they come up, and I don't have much of a problem saving seeds. That's a lot of seeds. That's plenty of seeds to share. Here's another little tip for you. My granddaughter was here a couple of weeks ago, and she has really long hair. And so instead of buying detangler, I just mix a little bit of conditioner with water, and then that makes it easier to comb her hair. I also use it on my hair sometimes when it needs a little moisture. I'm in Abilene, Kansas. We had to stop here for a bite to eat on our way to Garden City. And here at Riddle's Western Wear, a big horse up there, they have this gigantic spur. That's got to be the biggest spur in the world. I mean, they got a big boot too, but I'm just saying, that's got to be the biggest spur in the world. And if you're going through Abilene, I don't know why you wouldn't stop and take a picture of the biggest spur. But it took a lot of convincing to get John Wayne to drive 2 blocks out of his way from McDonald's so I could get a picture of the big spur. I mean, wasn't that worth it? I mean, it's not every day you get to see a giant spur.
Now I want to know why the one thing is bent over.
What one thing? Oh, where it would hook on.
Hooked your boots.
Uh-huh.
See, somebody hit that.
Ooh.
That's some damage structural.
Now, are you positive you don't want to go see the giant belt buckle?
I'm positive. I really thought about it. And I am 100% positive.
But when will you ever have another opportunity to see the world?
Over and over and over in my life. I within 2 hours of the big belt buckle. I'll end up there sometime.
Same person. It's 5 feet taller.
I can't believe it. I mean, I bet these people are passing that off as the world's largest spur.
How far away from them passes Texas? I just gotta know.
Let's go.
How far I'm gonna have to drive to see these things.
This is our super cute Airbnb in Garden City. I miss houses with big front porches. One of the things I really liked about this Airbnb was this giant staircase, way oversized. Going upstairs. Oh, isn't that a cute, adorable room? I love the big windows. Now, I bet when this house was built, whenever it was built, 1900, I bet this would have been a really fancy house. This is cute too. Ooh, I think this is the room I'm picking. It's my fave. Oh. Okay, people, now that is against electrical code to put a light above a bathtub, but still it's cute. But is this the only... Oh no, it's got a shower. Yeah, it's even got laundry. Laundry. Cute downstairs. Really nice landscaping in the backyard. We enjoyed it out here a lot. It's a little warm. The lights. But I was coming back here before we left. I wanted to take a picture and show you how they had made this. I guess you would call this a pergola. And it's got this little fireplace. And the curtains. And some lights out here as well, including a little chandelier. Really cute. It's a cute little side yard too. Signs. Then of course it is Kansas. We have to have our sunflowers, right? Those bees are going to town. That thing's huge. Can you even drink it with your shoulder?
Yeah, it's therapy.
That's therapy. No, that's medication.
Workout.
It's a fiesta. Well, guys, thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Hope you got a little bit out of this video, and it will not be as long before I post my next one. I promise. I'm back home for the next 2-3 months. I don't have to travel anywhere. So I will see you soon. Have a great day.